from the 28. So yes, he was born January 28, 1985. We're gonna break that down. We're gonna add all those numbers across and see his life path number, like kind of what makes him who he is. It shows like his journey. So I like to do this. I started off in 1985, the year. So it's 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus the 5 is 23. And now I add the 2 plus the 3 from that 23, which is 5. And the 28, his birth date is 28, but you break that down to a 1. So 5 plus the 1 is 6. And the month he was born is a 1, which is under January, Capricorn. So that's a 1. So 6 plus that 1 is 7. So his life path is a 7. So this, which is really interesting actually, now putting it together. So this means that 7s are quiet. They have a very strong spiritual aspect about them. Out of all the numbers from 1 through 9, like 7s are very spiritual. They have this about them. They express it in their musics a lot. And there's a lot of hip-hop artists or artists in general that are 7s, from being born on the 7, adding up to 7, being born on the 16th, the 25th, anything that has that frequency. So, and they'll talk about the hells and heavens, you know, good and evil, God and Satan. Like, it'll be expressing their songs. So, and J. Cole does that, right? He has an album called Born Sinner, you know, like, that was like a dark album in a way, you know. It was really dark, and he had that confusion aspect with the first LP, which is like the 10, where he was outside of that 10, and then he goes into this realm where he's like, he goes into this Born Sinner, like this darkness, and all of a sudden he comes out of his dark, and then he does Forest Hill Drive, where it has more light to it, you know, which has more where he came through an understanding. You know, like the 7, because it's so spiritual, so it goes deep and digs in to come out, to find that light. So you're going through all these 7, like the 7 sins, right? You're trying to destroy all this, so you get the 7 virtues. So, in a way, this is what, symbolically, in a way, this is kind of what J. Cole's manifested through his career. And you do see this, and now he's kind of in a state where he's like okay with himself. Like he's chill, you know, he's comfortable, everything. So that's very interesting. And also 7s like to keep to themselves. It's like one of the numbers like where they don't mind quietude, solitude. Like they could be a hermit and stay days on like to themselves, because that's when they grow, that's when they manifest, that's when they meditate. So they need that actually to really create the other side of them, because 7s are very creative. They make great inventors actually, and they make really great writers. 7s make really great writers, which shows in J. Cole's skills. Well, J. Cole though, he's being that he's a Capricorn, so even though he's a 7, he's a great writer, he may write from that. He's not a Capricorn, but he has that Capricorn aspect, and he's an Aquarius, so he may write from that dimension. So like, you know, Capricorns are more real, more down to earth, more practical. So a lot of that may be in his bars, you know, and then the whole humanitarian thing, and being very easy with his flow, all that stuff with Aquarius, that's gonna unravel the 7s. So that's what's gonna be expressed, and that's what he's gonna talk about. So you're not gonna see too much animation, like where if he was like more of a, I guess like an Aries or a fire sign, where it could be very animated and very dynamic, and like, or even a Gemini, you know, like something like cartoonish but crazy animation. So he doesn't really do that a lot, maybe because of those two things governing in a way that sorry about that, for being that the Capricorn nature's kind of governing him a little bit, so you may not see that a lot. That's why you may not see it a lot, and that's why sometimes people may say he comes off kind of dull. Also, the 7 in J. Cole also represents hard work, and you can see that with J. Cole's life, how he worked so hard to get where he is now, and he had to go through all that, like from, like I said earlier, like from seeing him on stage, like first we have Elephant Man, Papoose, and then putting stuff on the mixtape, and then grinding and stuff not being accepted, it sounds not right, certain things about him not being marketable, like all these things, and he just kept going, pushing, even like one of his songs where he's like, it's been 10 years and something like that, but it's just been like, that's really been his life, and it's like, despite no exaggeration to that, it's more than likely he's really been through that to get where he's at, being that because he's in a 7. And with him being that 7, it always feels like no matter how hard you work, because being a center, it always feels like no matter how hard you work, the rewards never seem to be enough. You know, like the rewards, like it just doesn't add up almost. And it always look like that to the person who's putting in the work and on the outside. It's like the audience that's watching it. Like it's, you know, so that's kind of what it is when you're 7. But for J. Cole, that's his life. Okay, it's cool, but he manifested it, so now he's cool. He's tranquil, like I said. He's okay where he's at right now. He's more guided. He's more balanced. So even though the rewards are not as great as expected, he's in a great position where he understands things, because he's gone where certain artists probably never gone before, which had better opportunities than him. You know, so regardless, he managed the 7 that he has that's incarnated with him now is in a more positive direction. Yeah, so he's in a good spot. And also, you know, like I said, the Capricorn tendencies that he has, and him being Aquarius and him being a 7, it's really actually a great spot, because, you know, Capricorns aren't too selfish with it. You know, they could be prudent, I guess, at times, know how to save very well. So whatever they get, they're happy with, and they'll keep stacking. And Aquarius, they don't care about the money, and for money, it comes easy to them when they want to make it, once they have their mindset. So wherever he's at right now, it's a good spot. So yes, folks, here you have it. J. Cole broke down his numbers. January 28, 1985. You know, he's an air sign, Aquarius, fixed. Oh yeah, let me just say this. Fixed meaning like he's very stable. Aquarius are very stable, so he's very fixed, meaning like he won't maneuver too much. You can rely on that kind of a person. He's dependable, so he has this within him. And another thing also, before I go, is Aquarius are different, like their style. They have like a very different style to them. Even like the way they dress, you can kind of identify them. They always wear something funky or wear something very flashy or very smooth. Like, you know, like you see like I guess like a Gucci Mane or Rick Ross is like so something like that. But even like J. Cole, in a way, he stands out because instead of being like the flashy rapper or something like that, he comes up like the guy with the, you know, the Rastafarian kind of a dreads, and you know, he's not wearing jewelry, wearing a t-shirt. So, and people like have memes about him being like this bum, like he looks like a bum and stuff like that. So, but he's still being an Aquarius because he's being completely different, you know. So it's kind of funny that he still has like, it's still that dynamic still plays a role, you know. So yeah, so it's your boy J. Cole, broke him down. Thank you guys for tuning in to The Star in You. Definitely can't wait to make another video very soon. Please stay tuned. Peace out, alright? Please subscribe and like the page. Junius.